Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of Getting Close Up, the show focused on independent artists and creatives. I'm your host, Danielle Cox, and let's just go ahead and cut to the chase. You like me, I like you. Let's make it official. Like the video, subscribe to our channel, and ding the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. What you waiting for? Here at Getting Close Up, you already know our passion is to highlight the stories of independent artists and creatives, their highs and lows, and especially their lessons. In this episode, I have with me 4 unique hip-hop artists who use their mastery of words to build, color, and ignite their world. Let's go ahead and meet them. What's up, gentlemen?
What's happening? What up, though?
In the rapper uniform.
That's right.
Black, black and jeans.
Black History Month.
I kind of fit in with it a little bit. You know,
okay, I see.
I picked up the vibe.
In there.
A little splash grab picked up on the vibe a little bit.
Yeah. All right.
So let's go ahead and do some intros and let's shake it up a little bit. Give me your name and what rapper you would have with you in a zombie apocalypse.
All right. My name is Bugzy Beast. Yeah, we're gonna go with FBG Duck. We're gonna go with Duck.
All right.
Fair enough.
Duck.
Practical.
Okay. Gnotezz, aka Junebug. I'm gonna still roll with Kodak.
Okay, all right. Next.
King Kihei. I'm actually roll with Jay-Z.
That's an interesting choice.
Hov.
Interesting choice.
Yeah,
That's right.
And this familiar face.
I'm Antonio J, and I would definitely bring. Can they be alive? Or
Yeah.
could they be dead?
Yep, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm bringing King
Go ahead.
Von, bro. The ghost of King Von.
The Ghost.
Yeah, pretty much, bro.
I mean,
I'm gonna lie, we in that world, so.
somebody could probably put that comic together. I think
That's
would
what I'm
be dope.
saying. Hey, bro.
Uh-oh.
And
Y'all
I
heard
already
it here.
feel
Y'all heard it here first.
I think that would be
Y'all
dope.
heard
We
it
get
here
somebody
first.
to
I
put
feel
that
safe
together.
too.
Yeah,
You
that
ever heard like
shit
I
Turn
would
to
read
the
it.
Hope? That's all you need to know.
I would definitely read it.
That would be hard. I ain't gonna lie.
So we got a great mix. I'm so excited to talk to y'all about these different subjects. Really, it's just facilitating a conversation between all of you about your experiences, and you are in different stages of your careers. Some of you are just starting out. Some of you have been out here for a while. Some of you do other things within entertainment, and I think it's going to be really awesome. I'm looking forward to talking to y'all about it. Let's start out with why you feel like you got into this, because a lot of people feel like just because they like music and just because they could put a few words together that, oh, I could be a rapper, I could do this. But then when you hear somebody that's bad at it, you know immediately that's not true. So what is it that you bring to the table? How did you get into it, and what made you want to do this?
I kind of fell into it. At first it was a punishment of me writing poetry because my father got tired of whooping my ass so damn much. I was a bad ass
creative.
kid. He had to, because it was that or you was gonna lose your wrist to carpal tunnel. So it started from book reports to poetry, from poetry to just me kind of like doing it to a rhythm. And then from there it went to me kind of doing it and getting good at it. And I started recording it on laptops at school and stuff. And one of my homeboys exposed me in Spanish class. Shout out Javi, by the way, that's my boy. And then after that, he kind of just like, you know, set it off, played it in front of a bunch of people, and then they was like, bro, you should keep doing that. And I was like, all right, cool. So, and here I am today.
Great origin story.
Boy, look, I could be a super villain if I wanted to.
All right, for me, started at school, started beating on the desk, making little beats. I wasn't even rapping. Then I started freestyling. It was dope, so I started writing, and I did poetry at school, so. And then became a passion.
Well, and it's so funny. I hear poetry a lot, but like, had you ever read any poetry or looked at anything prior to that? Or is it just what was coming out of you?
Yeah, me. I mean, you hear poetry, like, you know, at school and all that, but then I started doing my own poetry.
That makes sense. And you know what? After I asked that question, I thought about it. I said, yeah, you have, because hip hop is a poetry art form.
Yep.
So pretty much you had already. You didn't have to pick up a book. You didn't have to do it in an academic sense at all. So like after I said that, I thought about it and I said, yeah, you already was exposed to it. That's what's up. Go ahead, King.
Yeah, similar. Started at school, you know, freestyling in classrooms and lunch tables, banging on the lunch tables. And Man, I had a guy with me, Z Sonic. Man, we used to, shout out Miss Otto. Man, we would stop her whole class and just start freestyling. The whole class would be like, but here's the thing though, we would freestyle the lesson she would teach.
Oh no.
So then she
she
couldn't
couldn't
really get
Straight
mad.
up.
See,
And she
that's
know that,
playing chess, not
And
checkers.
we was like, so we was like, what you gonna do?
chess,
She was
yo.
like, oh guys, you know, she was like this
That's
tall.
creative.
But she was cool though.
She
I
was like this
but
tall.
We used to do that, and then yeah, you know, it took from there. I like that you said poetry, because I wouldn't necessarily say I looked at it as poetry as an outlet though, but as I developed over time, I call rap rhythm and poetry. That's how you spell it, R-A-P. And that's how I look at it to be the same thing, right? That's really what I think rap is rhythm and poetry.
That's
Factual.
poetic.
Facts.
And it makes perfect sense. I
Factuals.
never even thought about that.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of being a poet and having that translate into the cultural style that is hip hop.
Yep.
Because it's really a different perspective that makes it accessible to everybody. So that was dope.
Guess for me, it was less freestyling because to this day I still can't freestyle. I
working
still
on it.
tell
You gonna
people
get there.
that
You working on it.
like, bro, people still ask me freestyle, and it's always gonna be no. But I think it was like my freshman year in high school. There was like this one kid who came in, and like we were all in choir class, and he had a notepad. He was writing. And for some reason, in my brain, the answer that, like, just with the information that I seen, what popped into my brain was, hell no, I could do better than that. So next thing I know, I'm writing poetry, just trying to be competitive. Like, he my homie too, so for sure. It's like, ain't no hatred per se. It's just like, nah,
That
bro. Like, you set the bar.
competitive
Yeah. I was like, nah, bro, I can do
yeah.
that better. So then I started, like, writing stuff, and then eventually, like, start putting to rhythm. Everybody else started to, like, think about college and what they want to do. I knew that I needed something creative. As an outlet, because when I'm bored, all of a sudden I start messing with people and annoying people in creative ways. So I was like, I'm sure there's something more productive with my time. So I started rapping. So I started picking up beats and eventually like started producing. And then next thing I know, it's my senior year. Everybody's deciding what college they go to. I'm like, I guess I'm committed to music. So that's kind of how it started for me, at least.
That's dope.
No, it is. And I love how different everybody's story is, but it all ends up coming back to the same thing in the same place. And how is one of those things that you don't even know that you could do it till you do it. It's people, when they kids, they're like, oh, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a nurse. And then they learn how to do it as they go. But to start out not even knowing if you can do it and then being great at it,
That's a fact.
Yeah.
right? Like,
I got
that's a big
exposed.
thing.
Let's say that shit was a secret. I got
It saved your life. It literally saved your life.
It stopped me from doing everything.
So all of you are independent. Have you ever had have any of you ever been signed?
I mean, I'm signed to an independent label.
You're signed to an independent label and you've been signed before. Let's talk a little bit about the experience of being an independent artist and how you see success. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this level, is it something that you want to keep being just as an independent artist with an independent label? What is the experience that you want for yourself?
Money. That's it. Money.
Facts.
I don't care about nothing
Facts.
else. I just want the
Facts.
damn money.
This is a 9 to 5, bro. Quit
You
playing.
want to see the
job.
results. You want to see the results from it.
I just want to
No.
be able to put on people. I want to be able to, kind of transform our city and kind of change the sound a little bit, because we getting a little stagnated with this 3-2-1 flow everybody got. But it's been real like different, just being a different sound, like just you being able to have different talents and kind of articulate it through your music a little bit different through your rhythm and your cadence and your what I mean. So
Yeah.
it's hard because getting people to actually listen here is like a challenge compared to going to like a bigger city where they kind of like got open ears looking for talent anyway.
So in that note, what has been your individual experience in trying to be heard?
I'm gonna piggyback off what he said, because I used to have people tell me, man, you need to go to New York or you need to go to these cities because they'll embrace you better. But on the flip side, I looked at it, I was like, I think the fact that they don't embrace us as much kind of like the competitive spirit. It just helps sharpen it even more and more.
It feeds
and
the
more.
hunger.
Because like when I do go to these cities, I tend to stand out differently based on kind of what he's saying too. Because I don't have a 3-2-1. I have a depend on. I write to the music, and it's like the music speaks to me, and then it's like we dancing together, and then that's how I write music. But I think it helped me sharpen it. It's got a lot more depth, and I like that he brought that up because if you look at like every city regionally with music, they tend to have like a specific cadence.
Yeah, they
Now,
do.
if you look at like Kansas City, what is that?
That shit is a jambalaya of.
That's
Man.
to me what makes it, you know what I mean, better. Another thing too, like I honestly wholeheartedly feel like if we took 10 people from here and went across the nation, there's not another city in the world that can touch us.
That's factual.
And I was like, you can put me in there and it's whatever. You know what I mean? And that's how I'm that confident in the skill set here. But the thing too is when we look at all these cities, the only other city I think that kind of stands out like that is Chicago.
That is a very good point.
Because when you look at their great artists, they're not the same.
They're not the same, but they have a certain success rate on breaking through.
Correct. But I think part of that is the networking. Also, they had a resource. But like I said, how close is Chicago to like a New York? How close is Kansas City to the next major city?
Well, Kansas City has always been the place where everything mixes and comes together. I joke around and say that we live in the belly button of the country because like
Pretty
everything
much.
just kind of fall in there. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
It's in the middle. Everything just kind of tumbles in there. And it's a mix. It's a jambalaya. You have people that, coming from, especially black people, great migration, coming from the South, escaping to the North. Not a whole lot of people stopped here in Missouri because they was trying to get out of Missouri. They was trying to get out of here too.
At least by like 1850 with the compromise. Okay, I ain't gonna go too
I'm
deep
just
on
saying.
it. I'm with you.
But being
Put that down.
the hearthstone for jazz and other expressions of other expressionist styles of music,
Yep.
that's centered around the black experience and the black community, for hip hop in Kansas City to not have a certain sound is a bit odd. It's a bit odd. But you said that you was signed for it, and I know you work on music yourself as an independent artist too.
All the way.
Tell me, I want to jump back a little bit to kind of some of the beginning experiences. When you started making music, was your goal to try to get signed first or try to put out what you got?
I just wanted my story heard.
I wanted to get some.
He said I
wanna
wanted
put
to
it
get signed.
Put my story
Where that
out. We get
360
signed
at, bro?
for it.
I wanted
Nah,
my-
not no 360 shit, though.
Nah. I wanted to be signed at a point until I seen all the tricks and trades that they
That's what it
have.
was.
And then you like, nah, hold on. Like,
Keeping it a buck. I
Yeah.
get
yeah.
it.
Because everybody,
shit
the goal
dope.
is to like just get paid and
That's
not
what it
have
is.
to keep working and to feed families off of this music. That's the goal. That's the end goal. But in the beginning, your first goal is what you see. And what you see is people on TV. You go and look at them labels and all them numbers and everything underneath when you see them music videos on BET when we was kids. And you look and you see, you like, damn, that label, damn, that they got like six,
Right.
this, that, and the other things
they-
right under their name.
They had good
The
marketing
label
plan.
puts itself out in front because they want y'all to reach for it.
Yep.
But what was your experience like in being
It
signed?
is similar to that, but like I got to see a lot of that internally on how it looked versus what it is. And like he's saying, the tricks of the trade or whatever, man, it was I learned a lot. Also seeing how when they say it's cutthroat, it is cutthroat. And then, but I also seen where there's a gap for all artists, and it's like a business acumen gap. Because when they even talk about getting signed, you got to look at it. Man, how old was you? Like a teenager still, maybe, right? And you look at the average teenager, and you talk about their business savvy and acumen. Man, they not developed yet
No.
to really understand that. And then you got a guy that is developed
Fact.
coming in.
That's already a
Like it's the
predatory
same,
setup.
correct. I was like, it's the same thing like the
That's where
streets.
it
Like
is.
you sitting there,
That's where
you
it
trying to pimp the youth for real.
Yeah.
I was like,
where
but
it
you
is.
doing it underneath the guise of, Hey, it's the flashy, it's the shiny.
Right. And
record
people
label.
trying to
It's
feed
the-
their family. People trying to get out of their situation.
You don't even know.
People trying to do better.
You ain't even got a family.
You
You don't even know what, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
You ain't paying no
That's how it
bills
be.
for real. Well,
Yeah.
some of
Well,
some
some
of
people,
us
some
was
people
paying
like,
bills
you know,
coming up,
taking care of
you know,
their parents and
helping
things
each
like
other.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they
kind of
will.
like
You know.
my scenario a little bit. But outside of that, when you on your own, you don't even know how to really navigate that yet because you still learning and you develop. That's what I think. So watching these things and then watching how they did things, but then also watching the networks, sitting in those meetings, those
Yeah.
business meetings. So look, it's a lot different when you sitting in a meeting like, oh, okay. And then you don't know, like, I didn't know what marketing, the difference between marketing and advertising. I didn't know none of that. You know what I mean? I'm sitting in these rooms, watching these people speak.
Yeah.
But I'm
It's a
just
lot that
soaking.
you
I'm
don't
just
know.
soaking up, right? I was blessed to soak it up, but I've seen a lot where it's like, man, I'm blessed for a lot of things. You know what I'm saying?
And you being the youngest,
Yeah.
like listening to all of this, like what is, I don't think I've ever asked you, what is your goal? Like, do you want to be signed or do you want to stay independent?
I think there's only like 2 labels that I would definitely, you know, just big dreams like would want to sign for. But other than that, just trying to stay independent. Also, obviously, I grew up the youngest. I grew up around, just relatively. I grew up around the internet with the idea that, you know, if you put enough things on YouTube, if you put it on Vine, if you put it on TikTok, you can create your own platform and be able to, you know, go off from there and eventually like, you have people seeking you out. So like my original goal, I was like, dude, I just wanted to be able to turn 16s into at least $16 an hour and make that a full-time
I like
thing.
that. That's a good business
So-
model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just, you know, I just wanted to do something with my life that I did not hate every day. And I hate rap the least. So we sticking with it.
That's good.
So
And that's why I wanted to ask that. And it's good to have people at different ages because the generation of social media age has a completely different mindset about like they're not worried about being on the radio. They're not worried about none of that because they just need to be able to grab their own audience. They're
There's some truth
snatching
to
it
that,
out of the
though.
water.
I think it's true to that, and it's crazy because like I'm from the trunk era.
Yeah.
I pull up, I
Yeah.
dump them out the
Yeah.
trunk.
Yeah.
I make some very tangible money that way. And then when you look at the digital, I'm like, man, look, the business model changed, and I'm like,
Yeah, it did.
y'all not making money like that. And think about it. You got a song, how much you make off of DSP, right? What, 2 cents? If somebody listen to it, how many times has somebody got to listen to that for you to make $1?
Damn near 2,000
Yeah.
yeah, I was like
times.
2000.
It's like they still found more ways to
To pimp out,
exploit
to
and to keep
exploit
you
the
working
unit, right?
and everything. So it's just a whole other wheel, and it kind of segues into the next topic about having to parlay your creative goals with entrepreneurship. So let's talk about that a little bit. What other things do you all work on or have you want to work on to go with your creative career in order to help you make money?
Damn, I don't know.
I'll get right into
Investments.
Yeah, I'll try to get on some podcasts.
Investments,
You know, there's a lot of ways where you can get, you know, like HelloFresh. Like HelloFresh, if you're watching, please.
Please.
Let me talk about things and talk about
He's
your
like,
stuff.
I will make them
Dude,
tacos.
for real. I'll make it on. I'll make it
make
while I
it
talk
on.
about stuff. I don't go lie. But I don't know. I'm a yapper, so anything where I can just like, you know, have a platform where I'm able to talk and, you know, talk to other people, kind of like what we're doing right now. You know, just be able to parlay that into the music. You know, get on some shows.
Because you
shout out
need
Vince
money from
Staples.
something else to
Yeah.
pay for studio time, to pay
Exactly.
for these other things.
Like
No, for real.
merch.
Merch?
Yeah, merch,
for
all
sure.
that. I would just
Yeah.
want to just be able to just whatever I can do, or you know, once you get into a certain like limelight, you kind of join a certain community anyway. So after I start my own little platform, I would be trying to reach out to all the platforms that are near that, and try to, you know, kind of work my way up to the next and to the next and to the next, until I got to the highest point where I could just kind of like sit back and not even have to do anything, and everybody else could just do it for me.
That sounds like a pyramid scheme of music.
Yes, the hell it is. But
Yeah, marketing.
y'all just heard them say it's
Call me
cutthroat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start at the bottom, get to the top, and y'all gonna do the work.
I mean, if they can do it, you might as well.
Hey, that's the American dream right there.
That
I like
is
that. I like
that is the American way. That is what they do with everything. So
Yes, they do have a team.
Yeah.
Does everything.
And King,
That's
you
right,
got
Have a team,
a lot
build
of
a
different
team.
things that you work on.
Yeah, that's a good question. Cause I took a route differently. Cause actually, I'm very self-sufficient. The reason being, people would always try to finesse or play you.
That's real.
So based on them finessing and playing, I just learned to do what they do, not to finesse them, but to understand it.
Right.
So like when people come, like, oh man, I'm gonna charge you $2,000 to perform. I'm like, I said, well, I said, man, you ain't bring. How much people are you bringing? Can you guarantee $6,000 in sales if I pay you $2,000? Do you even understand why I did that formula like that on that 33%? I said, because if you don't understand that on a business sense, you're disillusioned because you're asking for more that you're gonna get off of this model or business formula, right? But I had to learn these things over time. I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know none of this. I didn't go to college for this, right? I learned it because I
Everybody has to
went.
learn stuff on the fly
That's
when you
the-
your
that's the
own
thing.
one
And
man band.
It's challenging when you learn it on the fly because you got
Very.
people that know it, and they'll look at you a certain way or treat you
Yeah.
a certain way, but you got to be conscious of that, and then still kind of navigate sometimes because if you come from a different background, some of that can translate to some other
real.
things too, and you try not to be that way, but when you
Yeah.
from that, you
That's
know.
real.
And it's like, but you gotta still be humble at times, and then there's not necessarily like a mentorship for independent
That's
artists,
what it is.
No.
which would be something I
and
would
not
create.
in rap or hip hop either.
Correct.
Oh, especially.
And even if you do
That
get
was
some,
powerful.
yeah,
That was powerful.
some type of mentorship, you gotta be leery because you like, man, I
Your
don't
mentor
know,
might
because
come
you
get
see
you.
it in the industry, they gonna find a different angle. They hear them all the time, like TLC.
Yeah.
Man, they ain't got no-
Opportunities, there's a lot of opportunities
Yeah,
out
so
there. man.
That's why I tell
Navigating that,
Yeah.
that you can write a whole book about that, like a movie about that.
I mean, they writing cases about it right now.
That too.
For real. For
So
real.
so my approach
real.
That's
my approach
factuals.
is way different though because I look at it different, and I look at infrastructure. You want to make money, create infrastructure because I'm like, all right, say you out of something, you know how they got these semi trucks, bro? They ain't going nowhere. You always gonna have to ship something. I don't care what it is. Mattresses.
You drive a truck.
Yep,
If
supply and demand.
See what I'm
Supply and
saying?
demand.
So when you look at the industry,
Yeah.
and the thing that helped me a lot was the marijuana industry, because when they created the
Yeah, they
industry,
helped me a lot too.
it changed. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying?
It helps me
Hey,
creatively.
And that's the thing is being a
Things done
creative
changed.
artist, you
Yes,
know how to
sir.
speak differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I say, but off of that industry, like say when the government got a hold of it and legalized it,
And
What
they
did
found a
they
way to make
do?
their own money off of it.
because exactly. So when you know, okay, everybody you deal with in like a business situation, I have all these crazy sayings, right? Pros and cons. You a
yeah.
producer or a consumer in any situation. And when you
knows
look
hard?
at it like that, when you create an infrastructure, you gotta know that in order to how you gonna generate your money. So even if it's mentorship, like who needs mentorship? Here's what it should cost. Bam, right? So
Have you mentored anybody? Like, have
Absolutely.
any
Giving
of
y'all
y'all?
Yes.
free game, giving y'all
Yes.
free
we doing
game.
it right now.
Because, I mean,
Giving y'all free
on right
game.
here. You know
it's
what I'm
one thing to say what's
man.
missing.
Giving y'all
I'm getting
free
closer.
game.
Yes, get close up. You getting the mentorship right now.
It's one thing to say what's missing, but like taking the opportunity to see what's missing and then be
Insert,
that
yeah.
link. You know what I'm saying? Insert yourself in a way where you are being intentional. And let's get into that intentionality regarding building community. Because I know each of you, like you've done a lot of collaborations. You work with a lot of people. You do collaborations. You work with a lot of people. Finding out, I mean, you were part of a collective, and it was like 85 of y'all.
God
it was
damn.
more y'all than it was Wu-Tang.
Sharing one.
But you
It's
know,
like the Temptations did.
Oh my God.
like the Temptation. Slotty.
Niggas throwing a microphone back and forth.
That's hilarious.
Globetrotters on them.
But how do you approach building community and finding community?
So I set a criteria for myself. I'm
Talk
like,
about
all right,
that.
one of them is like, do you care about your financial well-being? Like, if you don't, I probably we probably ain't gonna go too far. You know what I mean? Do you care about your kids? Because if you don't care about the future,
That's a character thing.
correct. But if you don't care about the future, like of yourself, you probably ain't gonna care about the future of anything that we grow and develop, right? And then
That's
my
facts.
foundational block has always been God. So I'd be like, if you ain't got God in it probably ain't gonna work, bro. I done tried a lot of things and realized later in hindsight when God wasn't in it, it didn't work. I'm telling you, it did not work. As soon as you put God into something, I think it tends to work. And that's my basic criteria.
Well, you have to have the same values.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And you got to try to discover a value system, because there's a lot of stereotypes about, especially not just black men in general, but hip hop artists, rap artists. There's a lot of stereotypes about, you're not focused, you're not, you know what I'm saying, it's you're violent, y'all can't get along, y'all doing all of this stuff, and you don't have any goals. You just picked up a mic and started rapping, and then somebody just put you out there. It's like, no, it's a lot of strategy behind this that y'all are doing. It people take away, because of their smallness of their mind, the business acumen that's required to even try to do this. You know what I'm saying? So what have been some of your experience, again, community, trying to find community and fighting back against those different ideas?
I didn't mentored a lot of people, actually. Like all my little brothers, I say they wouldn't, well, it wasn't just me, but they had examples, which was for me, they other older brothers, they cousins, they watching us, and they like, why do y'all do this? How do y'all do this so much? Like, and why does it sound so good? Like, why is it different? Like, it was just, I don't know. We just had a passion for it. And because we developed that passion, anybody that was like that with us, if you had the same amount of passion, the same drive, the same goals, it started a community, and that was just organic. We didn't even have to force it. And then you had people that just wanted to be down because it's cool, or it looks good, or it's, oh, well, y'all got all the girls over there. Well, let me come hang out with y'all. Like, nah. Like,
But you be cutting people off their knees.
yes,
If
the hell I do.
Staying on.
As soon as you come up on that microphone, I hear something wrong. No, out. You gone.
That ain't it, y'all.
You can't be wasting the studio time, nothing.
You need it,
Yeah,
though.
that's real.
No, because there's too many people afraid to say you suck.
Yeah.
There's
real.
too many people out there afraid to be like, yeah, that's
You're
my
not wrong.
man's.
You not wrong.
That's my dog.
That's
I've
your
known him
dog,
since
but-
grade school. We done been cool since we was kids. This, that, and other. He sucked though. Why you ain't tell him that? That's your man's.
they
Be
not
real
real.
with him, because
They
he
not
might.
real.
He gonna sit there and waste your time, his time, and everybody else's
And
time.
everybody else's time. And time is
Money.
I
Boy.
feel that,
And
bro.
I don't play that.
Man, shout out Ethan Wilson. I ain't gonna lie, he was the person who told me I suck when I first started. I needed it because
And you look, you
bro,
geared-
I was
you got
like,
your
hey, bro,
ass
I
in
was
gear,
rapping like
though.
Eminem, bro. I had to get back in the lab, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
That's a make you break you moment. Either you gonna step up to the plate or you gonna fall the fuck off, and that's just what it's gonna be.
for real.
Real talk.
Yep.
We need more honesty in music. I ain't gonna lie.
100%. And
Sometimes it ain't
you seem very like kind of quiet and understated, but like I know you have
man.
definitely had to.
They saying a lot, but I would say though, but hey, I wasn't doing like mentor, but I would try to get like homies that I knew that did music, bring them to the
Yeah.
studio, but a lot of stuff didn't fall through, and people be on different times, so it's like,
Yep.
it be, you know what I mean, like,
Gotta let it roll off your back and keep it moving.
Got
make
to.
you like, hey, I want to get to the bag so then I could take care of my community in a different way. Because when I'm trying to help an individual person, they like, hey, you already know. You gotta say it. And I'm not saying it in a bad way, but hey, okay, you do what you gotta do,
There's
my
some-
dude, and I gotta do what I gotta do.
There's some people out there with some great stories. They just don't know how to do it.
Real talk, real talk.
I know
how
I
to push it out there.
Don't know
It's
how to
real talk.
articulate it. Don't know how to express it without getting violent, without any of that.
That's
It's
That
it.
is
right.
true.
There's
They
a lot
don't.
of people out there. They got a
used to
lot
be
of
like
talent
that.
out here. It's just they don't know how to use it.
And they don't know how to they can't take critique.
Yeah.
And this is the whole topic of this conversation right now is being able to take critique, putting your ego in check for what it is that you want to do.
That's it.
Gotta be
You know what I'm
comfortable.
saying?
Gotta be
Gotta be
humble.
comfortable.
But you also
criticism, being able to take.
also I think you gotta know who you are too though.
Yeah.
That's
That's
where
a
it
big
starts.
thing. Like, how do
Most people
figure
don't
out,
know who they are.
How did you guys figure out who you were as an artist and what your message, like that part of yourself?
It's a good question.
I'm still finding that out.
was about to
I
say,
wake up
yeah.
every day and be like, oh, shit, I didn't know I knew that.
going through
Damn, I
stuff,
don't know. I don't know it yet.
going through things, dealing with it life, you know.
Yeah, your
put it
life
out there,
experience.
for real.
That'll do it.
But do you feel like you have a good grip on maybe not everything that you want to, like what your art is going to be 20 years from now, but who you are right now? Do you feel like you have a good grip on that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know.
Because you can talk about your
I was
age.
about
'cause
to-
you
I'm taking
already
notes from
over
y'all,
20
bro.
years.
I got a good grip on that. I feel like as far as with my music, but as far as like content, stuff like that, nah, cause I ain't used to it. So it becomes hard, and that could be one of my downfalls too.
I don't think it's a downfall. Honestly, I think it's a good thing,
Okay.
because like in life, like you gonna ask a question or something you don't know. Like most people should, like, I mean, like they was asking you, hey, why you do this, or because they trying to seek understanding. Like, and then when you get to that point, you're gonna get to a spot where you don't know something, because ain't nobody here know everything.
Facts.
I don't
You're gonna
know.
get to
There's a
where
lot
you
I
are.
don't know, but when I get to that wherever, I'll be like, hey, what? You know, I'll ask those questions. And then when I deal with it, that to me helps define how I deal with, like, is who I am, right? Like when I deal with these situations or people or things, that's just me. And I'll be like, I might do it different than anybody here, but that don't mean I'm better or not better
No,
than
it
none of these
doesn't.
people.
You got to be
I
comfortable
just
with
know
your
who
brain.
I am when I'm gonna do something.
But see, some people though, they don't
don't
do
know.
that. They
Yeah.
don't ask you sometimes like what you mean, because I explain it to you and tell you where I'm coming from and all that. So you can't assume when you doing it and you pushing it. So it's like, I guess, you know, people just say just do it anyway. Just push your content anyway how you push it.
I mean, I know who I am on camera. I don't know who I am off camera.
Wait, explain that.
That's real. That's real.
Explain that.
On
That felt
camera,
real, but I
deep,
want to know
that's
what you
deep.
mean. for real.
On camera, you know the character you bring, you know the development that you have went through to be on camera. Off camera, you still can be anybody, and at any point in time that can change. So
But are those things still maybe a part of you that you just haven't accepted yet?
yeah, it could be. It could be you still learning who you are. Exactly. But I know the character of who I am when I'm on that microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know who I am. I'll get a good sense of who I am.
for sure.
Soon as I'm out of there, I forgot.
In the booth, I know.
When I got
all
out
the
that
time.
that booth though, I was like, damn, I said that?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Damn,
I
y'all
get
know
what you
that
mean
now?
there.
That's
I do.
crazy. Yeah. So it's just like, I know who I am when I'm in that mode. But when I'm out that mode, it's still a toss up. I could switch at any point in time.
That's pretty dope. I'm actually not like that. I'm the same on and off camera.
Yeah. That's why it's
'Cause
hard for me to get on there.
Nah, cause I know when I get on that camera, I gotta be nice. I gotta be nice.
Gotta be with it.
I gotta be. I gotta be. But I know when I get off this, as soon as they say cut, all right, come here. Let me show
Like,
you
I got
something.
multiple sides and they all friends.
Yeah, well, I'm a Gemini, so it's hard for me to.
It's already wrapped in.
Yeah, so it's-
That's
Okay.
part of your
That's just who
packaging.
you is
That's
anyway,
on
bro.
the warning
We flipping a coin
label.
today, man. Like,
That's already on the warning
Yeah,
label. What
it's-
are you
it's
talking
crazy.
about?
It's a Gemini. It's a Gemini thing. That's probably why Kendrick act the way he act. That's why a lot of Geminis act the way they act. Cause you know, in front of y'all, yeah, I'm a certain person, but I get home, you don't know who that is.
That's hilarious. Now, talking about performance, since we started on that, changing it up just a tiny bit. Tell me about the worst experience in performing that you had.
Oh, nah, bro. All right. So I was performing at
ready.
the yeah, bro. I was like, nah, bro, I remember this, bro. Nah, it made me mad. So
The
there was this
trauma.
competition. No, seriously.
The trauma came off
so
his
I had this,
head, like,
oh, yeah. Whew, I'm ready. So there was this one time, we was performing. There was like the competition. You know those competitions where they have you do like, like 6 minutes or something like that? It's super prevalent in hip hop. Just for whatever reason, like, oh yeah, they don't got no guitar. They don't need these 6 minutes. You get 2 songs, 6 minutes. You can pay $30 for that slot. Anyway, so it was a competition you didn't have to pay for. You know, if, like the person knew you. So I was there. It was at this one place in KC.
Okay, we're not gonna stick over me.
Yeah, that's how I just gonna leave it as KC. So
town.
like, rocking with these people, bro. So I had like a brand new song. And I don't rap with backing tracks. Like, I just I cut the beat on and we ready. I had this new song with a crazy like bass drop and everything, where I'm like rapping and all of a sudden the bass come on. It's crazy. Anyways, so I had the mic, I start rapping. I start realizing the whole vocals as they come in, they like a whole beat behind.
Whoa.
And I know I'm rapping on beat because I practice this like 3 hours a day every night. Dude, I'm disturbing the neighbors. So I know it's not a lack of preparation. Dude, I'm looking at Kobe Bryant posters. I know it's not me, bro. I know it's not me. So then next thing I know, like people are like looking at me weird. I'm like, bro, oh my Lord. And I lost the competition, obviously. Which again,
Hold on, man. Hold on.
So I was sad. I was mad. Everybody else had backing tracks. So, and I should have noticed because all their faces, like, everybody had the same look on their face when they realized it was behind. So they just started lip syncing.
Oh my God.
There was no lip syncing for me. I aren't gonna lie. So yeah, for all 6 minutes, I was just rapping off beat, and people thinking I was like, "Hey, bro, like, this man
so
got
they really thinking you went representing
they thinking
yourself
I can't
completely
rap, bro.
wrong.
You was confident
my
up there
God.
too.
He's just doing that GR ball.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he's
For real. For real. Yeah, so yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
That sucks,
That's
man.
it.
I'm
Oh
sorry
well.
that happened.
Anyways, yeah, I still
But
talk about it
you
with my
are
Hey,
therapist.
look, I'm happy you kept going because I know some
Oh,
people
had
that
to.
would have quit immediately.
Had to. Had to.
Like, immediately.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Anybody else got some experiences?
y'all turn.
Y'all turn to Trombadome.
The worst performance I had wasn't even my performance. That was the worst one. It was I went like all right. Look, I'm gonna tell you. I went my peoples.
I love it.
Trying to add this up.
I'm with my peoples. They tell us we got a show. All right, cool. So we pull up to the venue. We get up in there. We watching everybody do their little things, their little 1-2s. All right, cool. My boy is nervous as hell. This is his maybe second show ever. My brothers, my cousins, we've done this 1,000 times. This is nothing to us. We up here drinking. We doing our little party favors. We good. This drunk in my car. He's in the car drunk as hell.
Oh, God.
And it's like 15 minutes before we go on. I'm like, all right, let me go get him. I go up there. I'm like, yo, come on, bro. Like, we got to go. All right, bro, I'm on the way. All right, cool. We go up in there. Everything starts. It's cool. This forgot every line to every song. And he is damn near on every song. It's like maybe 3 songs he's not on. Every other song he's ad-libbing the entire performance.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
The
gosh.
backtracking is doing his entire work for him. Like if we'd have cut them backtracks off, it'd been silence. It'd just been beats.
For the lambs.
That's crazy.
So we all, and we only had like 2 microphones. There's 6 of us up there. 2 microphones. We passing the microphones back and forth. He's drunk. He's stumbling. He's like leaning all over the place. He don't know his words. I'm like, yo, we need to wrap this up. Like,
Oh my god.
you misrepresenting us right now.
And you couldn't even do that. I mean, like, that wasn't on you.
This ain't, but it was the fact that I'm on
But you
stage
there.
with you. So
Yeah.
this is starting to
you
make
look
me look
bad.
like I'm bad too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, I don't want. All right, put it this way, like just stand over here, like in this one spot. Don't move, don't go nowhere. Just stand right there and do whatever you can do. I don't know what you gonna do. Just do what you can do. So we finished the show.
Oh my god.
And he like, bro, that was a good shot. Go sit down.
Go sit down.
Go back
In
to
the
the car.
car, right now.
Go back to the car, bro.
Right now.
We was lit. We was lit up there.
And then he just sat after that. He kind of, I guess he sobered up and he was like, yeah, bro, I don't never want to mess that up again. I was like, yeah, next time you practice before we leave the house, before you practice the day of the entire day. I don't want to hear shit else. You can't listen to nobody else's music but your own that day. You need to go write the lyrics down 3 times if you got to. I don't care.
Oh, you went back to your daddy's tactic.
We going back to boot camp.
Yeah.
We going back to boot camp because you. After that though, he's never messed up again though. He needed that experience so that you could learn from it.
That's funny. I want to hear his side of the story.
Oh, and then he'll tell you I was drunk as
Don't remember.
Yeah.
Stop.
I was drunk
It's
as
gonna be way
fuck. I
shorter.
don't
You talking about what? When? What?
know. We did that happen.
Yeah.
Man, why you telling that story? Hey, bro, just
You told everybody that story.
I
This
told
is
everybody
little
that
do he
story.
know. Everybody know that story.
Everybody know that story.
Yeah, everybody's about to know.
You better get your together too.
Get close up, man. You welcome.
That's hilarious.
For myself.
Yes, because I'm gonna ask,
For my-
like, 'cause you
for
had something
myself.
rubbing that up there.
For myself, it was in the beginning of my performance. Like, because I was inexperienced, so Had to get up there a few times.
But how did you feel though? Like, what made you want to keep getting back up there?
For the passion for the music, it ain't nothing gonna stop me. Just a little nervous, you get over them little nerves, and then after that, it's like, hey, I do this every day.
Oh God.
Like, it's easy. You still gonna get a little, you still gonna get a little nerve, but all that go away as soon as you step on that stage and grab that mic and start talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy how that happened. That happened to me a lot starting this.
I can see that.
And then after a while, it was like...
Yeah, you ain't used to it.
Cause you gotta get used to it.
Yeah, for real.
Because the cameras will make you think some things.
They say the scariest thing is public speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for everybody.
That's real.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, like, we fearless. Low key, look at it.
That's real.
I said, because not only that, public speaking, but you actually speaking your own thoughts and how you think
Deep
when you
things
convey it
that you done wrote.
to the music, right? And that's a glimpse of who you are. Or if you're in a character or whatever, even then, just kind of how you think. That's how I look at an artist, so I always respect artists in that regard. Now, I ain't have like
Same.
it would have been embarrassing to others, but I laughed at it. I was on tour, we just did this tour with Dizzy Wright and Calico.
Okay.
And so I was in, I forgot what city we was in, but we was on stage and one of our things, like everybody was there, went to go take a picture. I was like, yeah, take this picture. So I sit there, man, hey, I fell in between the speaker and the stage. Hey, hold on.
I knew somebody had to fall.
I said, take this picture.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoop. I said, oh, no. I was like, hey, hold on.
Man.
So I pop up. And then I ain't say nothing. I just kept acting like it was nothing wrong. I was like, yeah, take the picture. I left, went to the green room. Hey, man. Oh, my God. Hey, I was getting
Did anybody put icy hot on the
I was
rider?
getting roasted. They was roasting me. I said, I couldn't even. I said, hey, we was having fun, but then, this is me though, being creative. We hit that merch table and said, hey man, did you get footage of me falling? He's like, yeah. I said, yep, you gotta buy something now. I said, you gonna buy a shirt? I was like, cause ain't no way you about to. I said, you know what I mean? Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I made a couple hundred off of that fall. But that's how you go, take something messed up and still make it good. But I was laughing. I laughed at myself. I thought it was funny.
We fall down, but we get paid when we get up.
That's right. That's right. Hey, okay,
We fall down, but the money lift you back up.
That part, the elevator.
This man gets so water to a red.
Am I
He's
rapping
like
now?
that. That's crazy.
Hey, did you write that down? Write that down. What she just said.
Water to a well.
I'm like, y'all rubbing off on me. I kind of like this. Let's talk. And since we are on that topic, expanding your influence, like social media, putting yourself out there. A lot of the independent artists I talk to, that is like the thorn in their side. Mm-hmm. Having to market themselves and figure out what their brand is versus who they are. So talk to me a little bit about the efforts that you take to put your music out there and connect with an audience.
Yes,
Find and connect with an audience.
I was like, it's complicated. Just dealing with all these damn restrictions. You got
It is
DSPs. You can't just say anything or everything that you want to all the time.
Man,
bro, that should be complicated. But it's about having a good circle for real. Just having a good team. Just getting people to kind of. It's still a struggle for me to deal with that.
Right.
Like. Just
I
trying
mean,
to
you got a whole
people.
life. You ain't constantly on Instagram.
Hell no, I barely be online. Like just to be real, like I barely be on Instagram. I barely be on all of that stuff. But I don't even know. Like that's the hardest part for me to deal with. Is trying to get people to see or to get visuals. You know what I mean? So.
Because people want that now. The way people consume and the way people want to be interacted with has changed drastically.
Yeah.
They expect constant interaction. They expect you to be in their face constantly.
Because growing up, I would always get music from the backpackers, the bootleggers that'll burn CDs for you real quick.
I had those CD towers.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had the little towers.
I missed them days
Comfortable.
because I was like, I had everything. I was like, by the time I was like 9 or 10, I was like, okay, by the time I get 16 and they still doing this is gonna be cool. So by the time I hit 16, everything had already changed up so fast. I was just like, yo, like, I don't know how to get to this. Like, this is different. Now y'all got the internet, you got Facebook then popped off. Everybody then, this is before Instagram even became, like, Facebook popped off. Everybody was kind of like, glued to screens.
Yeah.
So it was no more. MP3s came out at that time. So that's when everybody got little iPods and like that. Like,
And you've had to probably grow through from that into this.
Man,
So what are you doing differently?
actually, my business structure changed because, like, going on tour, I learned a lot on tour. So I sell CDs still. A lot of people be like, I don't sell CDs. I'm like, all right, that's what you doing. But I gotta go get 100 more CDs. I gotta go get, I was like, cause they go. And then it's cool because what I'm finding too is like knowing your demographic. I'm still learning this too, right? Like, I guess the older generation, they still want the CDs. So then I'm like, cool. I was like, if I get a CD, for this much versus 2 cents, I'm gonna sell the CDs all day. But that comes from my experience with the marijuana industry. You know what I'm saying? AKA hustling, where you know how to make your money off of what you got. I think the social media I think they actually missed that opportunity because they can't hustle like the other generation because they hustle differently.
And do hustle
But it's not like if you're talking to people, they're kind of I would say they're kind of disconnected in that. But as a hustler, I'm like, I got someone to connect with y'all on that too, right? So I create exclusiveness. So based on the exclusiveness,
Okay.
that does what he's saying. They want to be, all right, cool. Only me and you do that with this. Everybody else that don't know me or whatever, cool. Just go up here. You know what I mean? Like y'all like to follow the likes or whatever. I really don't care about the likes if they don't translate into funds, honestly, right? And then I'm like, what are we really, what are we doing? What's the purpose of that, right?
Yeah.
And then you want to say this or that, but to me, it's a control problem.
It is. It's 100% a control problem. And again, that's how you consume media. That's how you find other artists. That's how you find out who to connect with. Even because some of the people that you worked with in your collective wasn't even here in the same city with you. Y'all collaborated and sent stuff around to each other and worked on it. So
yeah, it's hard.
Talk a little bit about that structure as far as how that affected you connecting with an audience.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So obviously Instagram grew up around it. I had it since like middle school, like when I first got a phone. I was like, Mom, please. She said no. Mom, please, no. Mom, please. All right, fine. Stop asking me. Here's a phone with Instagram. So started with that, and then start connecting with people who, hopping on Instagram lives for like, rappers that aren't quite big yet. They finna be, but not quite there. And there was like this one kid, his name is Deep Side, or like that's what you go by rapping. Like, shout out Christian, not to drop your government, but I did. But like, so like Deep Side, like we just started talking. He started this thing called West Side Queens, that eventually like I started like helping him run, where it's just a bunch of kids like pretty much I'm probably him and I are probably like the oldest in it, and I just turned 23 like this last month. But just a bunch of us just like sending like text message files, like WAV files through like iMessage, stuff like that, just dropping features. We all got like recording setups in our rooms. So we created an entire like collective projects. Like we talking like 25 song projects. Just sending things back and forth. I met one of them. He artist named by Glory Mercury. He lives in Kansas City. But the rest of us, like we got people in Baltimore, people from Texas, people Deep Side. He's actually in the Navy right now, and he's stationed out of San Diego. So obviously I'm here in Kansas City.
My boy in there saluting.
Yeah, for real.
rapping.
Yeah, he on the aircraft carrier and everything,
That's
bro. He got
hard,
the planes, bro. He said, yeah, I'm watching things fly and looking fly. I'm like, bro, that's crazy. But yeah, so it's just a small community of just a bunch of us that we all found each other like just online. Most of us still haven't met. I still ain't beat Deep Side in real life. That's to be in the future, next couple years. But so just finding people online, again, like-minded. And,
I think that's the dopest part, though, is the collaboration.
Yeah.
Cause boy, we could not, man, like, hey, man, what you got? All right, you got to come over here right now. I can imagine people like in Motown era. Bro, you had to sit there and do the whole thing with the band.
Yeah.
Live on the, hey, man.
Yep.
You ain't nothing without Eddie. Okay, let me stop. But I'm saying, but like,
They had whole orchestras.
yeah, just sitting in the thing. I was like, so you couldn't do it again. Like, oh my goodness. So the beautiful part now, some people are like, hey man, just send an email.
Yeah.
I was like, cause I don't even. You could be a million miles away. You could be in San Diego or like you saying,
Yeah.
it's instant, and that's a beauty. I think that's a beautiful thing. But then when you look at that, how do you translate that monetarily? Now, on one end, you saving money.
No, yeah, that's a lot
You
of money being
saving,
saved.
like,
And
yeah.
that's part of the main thing that independent artists do first, even before making money. It's like putting out my music and not taking my whole check.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even about, for a lot of them, making money just yet. Like, they want to, but it's, how can I do this without bankrupting myself, breaking myself, so I can eat, so I can do what I need to do?
True.
That's the first step.
Like Nipsey said, all money in, boy. Like that.
But let's go ahead and get into you giving your social medias and say anything that you got coming up next. Let the people know we started with you.
Social medias is Bugzy Beast 913 on Instagram. I think Facebook is just Bugzy Beast. And the next thing I got coming, I got a mixtape. Well, I got another tape coming out in I think a couple more months. So yeah, there's that, and then I'm gonna be dropping some music videos soon. So
And you got music, you got projects on all streaming platforms.
Everything, anywhere you listen to music to, I'm there. So
He's
go
dope.
look.
I'm definitely a fan. So there's that.
You on Pandora too? You crazy?
Yeah, I'm on
Mine
everything.
on YouTube and Instagram at Slit Wrist G Notes, and I'm on Facebook at G Notes Davis.
That's what's up. Can't miss that voice. Can't miss that.
All right, King Kihei. That's Kihei. That's on everything. Google that, SEO, all that, man. The website, kingkihei.com. But yeah, Kihei. If people don't know, it's Hawaiian. So I got a Hawaiian background too, you know. But that's where the Kihei come from. Actually, I gotta thank the poetry community, Glen North. Y'all know about the Blue Room on the Missouri side. Cause that's why I would go to sharpen my skills. A lot of people don't know. Go to the poetry slams, and then you up your pen game, rhythm and poetry. And my pen game decent. It's more like that. But there, I used to go by a different moniker. But the gentleman was like, he's like, but what you saying is, you know, he broke it down. You gotta know. And actually, that's what helped me change my name, cause I actually found out who I was. So that's my Hawaiian name, Kihei Manu, which means God's armor.
So if somebody's looking for you, they gonna find
They
you.
gonna find me. King Kihei.
You gotta go look up God's Army, and he got you.
That's
Armor.
what's up.
God's armor.
God's
Yup.
armor.
Go.
Awesome. On Instagram, you can find me at Tony J Alvarado. On YouTube, TikTok, Clapper, Zigga Zagoo, pretty much all the TikTok
What the
clones.
f-
Lemonade.
Zigga
Yeah, you gonna have to put me up on that. I don't know.
Antonio
That's
J
new.
official. Yeah, like yeah, pretty much. It's just
You
in case
coming up with
TikTok got
ones.
banned. No, I didn't make those up. I promise. I was looking up for TikTok alternatives just in case it
Oh,
got banned.
okay.
So they
I
were
was
sending me
like,
some crazy things. They were like,
okay.
"Hey, yo, Zigga Zagoo, Clapper." I was like,
You
bro,
got the great value
Yeah.
TikTok.
hey, bro, I got all of it. I got all of it, bro.
I can't.
Yeah, bro. Hey, I don't even like
absolutely
Oreos, bro. We about kaleidoscopes.
I'm about to go crazy.
Also on all streaming platforms, I want to thank all these gentlemen for
that's
joining
it.
me today. This conversation was absolutely ridiculous. I know it's going to ignite some people, enlighten some people, and let them know that, you know what I'm saying, it is people they can connect with that will be equal-minded. Because I think that's a big point of all of this. A lot of people don't know where to find equal-minded people. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
factuals.
you guys have been yourselves today, showing truly who you are and putting your hearts out here. I appreciate it.
Appreciate
you.
you.
I'm here for it.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, man.
Thank you so much for being on. All the social media links that they gave will be down in the description box below, so definitely check them out. If you had as much fun as we did, make sure that you like, you comment, and you subscribe so we can keep bringing it to you. New episodes are getting close up every bi-weekly on Fridays. The version of this will also be available on all streaming platforms for you to listen to. You ain't got no excuses. You can also check out me and D as we give you the tea on what's hot and what's not with GC Review. We a good time. You already know what it is. I thank you guys for watching. You are the best part of all of this, and I will see you again soon for another close up.
Hey.
I'll be checking for you.
Hey.
Bye.
All right.
Hey.
Love y'all.